The 2014 Meadowlands Pace is scheduled for Saturday, July 12th, and the 38th edition could be an affair for bargains like He's Watching and Western Vintage, or the continuing onslaught of Some Beach Somewhere offspring, or from former Pace champions like Well Said, Mach 3, or Rock and Roll Hanover. Here's a look at some early contenders for one of the summer's classics for the Glamour Boy division. $3,000 was all it cost David Maneri for a Son of American Ideal as a Harrisburg yearling. And everybody was watching He's Watching carve out an undefeated 8-for-8 freshman campaign, including a complete sweep of New York Sire Stakes. His regular driver Jim Morrill Jr. owns the biggest upset in Pace history. Holborn Hanover paid $119 in 2004. He's Watching set world records of 150 at Tioga Downs, 152-2 at Yonkers Raceway, as well as track records at Buffalo Raceway, Vernon Downs, and Batavia Downs. In addition to earning just under $300,000, half interest was sold to Mascara Racing Trust. Luck was certainly with longtime Ontario partners Bill Cass and John Craig when they selected a Son of Western Ideal for $77,000 as a yearling, and they struck gold with a brother to world champion filly American Jewel. Luck Be With You came up with some late-season heroics in the Champlain in 152, then won a Breeders' Crown elimination in 150 before paying off with perfect Ron Pierce piloting in the sloppy track Breeders' Crown final in 152. Picked out by yearling aficionado Perry Soderberg for just $7,000, this Son of Western Ideal served notice with a 3-ply sweep of New Jersey Sire Stakes with miles of 152-4, 152-1, and then 152-2 in the final, and followed up with a second in the Metro and a 149-4 mark in the Bluegrass. Trained by Marcus and Nancy Johansson, Western Vintage banked over $300,000 and added Marvin Katz as an owner last fall. The Burke Racing Stable shelled out $110,000 for a colt from the second crop of Some Beach Somewhere, and after growing through some maturing issues, patience paid off with a world record 149-4 Breeders' Crown elimination, while coming off a 149-2 International Stallion Stakes division. Some Star Somewhere finished third as the beaten favorite in the Breeders' Crown final. From the first crop of 2009 Pace champion Well Said comes one of the standout performers from Breeders' Crown night for John and Jim Campbell. Sometimes Said overcame post 9 to finish a close second at 34-1. John Campbell owns a record 7 Pace trophies. The handy, versatile, and well-mannered Sometimes Said was just 1 for 10, with 7 runner-up finishes, yet at almost $300,000 in the money column for Fashion Farms. Trainer Ron Burke could be loaded with top 3-year-olds in 2014, and J.K. Endevenera served ample notice with a 151-4 Governor's Cup win as the 4-5 favorite with Brian Sears. The Son of Art Major was a late-season acquisition and joined stablemates Some Star Somewhere and Karachi Hanover. The half-brother to the great Some Beach Somewhere and a homebred from the Australian-based 2008 freshman champion Major in Art, Some Major Beach looked like he was going to shock them in the Metro final before he got interfered with in the stretch. Trainer Tony Alagna, who won his first Meadowlands Pace with Captain Treacherous, said this colt matured a lot over his freshman season and finally broke his maiden at the end of October in 153-1 at Pocono Downs. Alagna could add stablemates Ideal Magic and Journeyman to his Pace contingent. $25,000 qualifies as a bargain price for the $200,000 winning Some Beach Somewhere colt Limelight Beach. The stablemate to world champion Beach Memories for trainer Brian Brown went 2 for 2 in Grand Circuit action at the Red Mile, including a 149-4 upset over So Surreal. In one of the greatest races of all time, Artificial handed Some Beach Somewhere his only career loss in the 2008 Meadowlands Pace in a world record 147 for trainer Joe Seekman, who has a top-level prospect from his first crop. Let's Drink on It, a $12,000 steal, won a Metro elimination in 151-1 before tailing off, then stormed home to win the American National in 151-2 on November 9th. Will the bargains prevail over the high-priced colts by Some Beach Somewhere, who looks to make it back-to-back from his first 2 crops? Or will Pace luck continue for Hall of Famers Ron Pierce and John Campbell with a combined 11 Pace trophies? It's another strong crop. The Winterbook favorites are in, and we'll see who ramps up the road to the top prize on the greatest night in harness racing, Meadowlands Pace Night, Saturday, July 12th.